talk to Dan Lacalle. Dan is Chief Economist at Tresses Gestion. Dan, good to see you this morning. Thanks very much for joining us. How much of a contraction do you think we're going to see in the fourth quarter in France and Germany on these new lockdown measures?
Good morning. I think that the contraction is going to be quite severe, particularly in France. The lockdowns come at a point in which the economy is already on its knees. Therefore, it comes as an added negative effect on an economy that was already very weak. Remember that before the new lockdowns, the French government already estimated fourth quarter GDP of 0% growth. So we're estimating a hit of about 0.7 to 0.8% on the fourth quarter, and a worsening of the recovery, even if things come back to normal in January, because the recovery of 2019 GDP would be postponed to 2023.
Pretty difficult at this point to see what Christine Lagarde can do at the ECB to improve the business environment on the announcements we've just seen and given your comments. But how do you think she tries to finesse the story today, assuming we get no fresh announcements on stimulus?
I think that Lagarde and the ECB are going to continue to say that they will support the economy, that they will continue to look for other new tools to help governments finance their massive deficits. However, it's not about the central bank. This is a solvency crisis, and a solvency crisis is not solved with liquidity. So obviously the ECB can include a new TLTRO, can increase the pandemic special purchase package. They can do many of these things. However, what is happening in the Eurozone, in all of the European Union countries actually, with these lockdowns, is that the businesses that are collapsing and the unemployment that is being created comes fundamentally in sectors that are not dependent on taking more debt or on having more, a little bit more of lowering interest rates. It's not about that. It's the companies and businesses that are falling are the ones that actually were doing their job, the ones that lived on a day-to-day basis on their revenues, on the cash flow that they generated. And remember that in the Eurozone, there are still millions of furloughed jobs. So the unemployment situation of the Eurozone is not going to be contained with liquidity measures. The fiscal measures do not work because most of the fiscal measures, what they're doing is help governments to spend fundamentally on current spending, and also finance companies that were in any case accessing credit markets and capital markets before. The ones that are collapsing are small and medium enterprises that had absolutely no injection coming from those measures.